Oops, wrong slide. So this is the target 1K, odd or even, retake video. So we have to determine whether the given function is even, odd, or neither. And I'm going to write the rules here on top. Let me grab a pen. Can't find my cursor. Huh. No cursor? Oh, wrong side of the pen. Okay, so if f of x equals f of negative x, then the function is even. If negative f of x is equal to f of negative x, then it's odd. And if neither of those things are true, then it's neither. Okay, so another pen. So this is f of x. So we need to find f of negative x. So to find f of negative x, everywhere I see an x, I'm going to put in parentheses a negative x. So I have 4, and then there's x to the 7th, so parentheses x to the 7th, and I'm going to fill that with negative x. And then down here there's 3, and there's an x, so parentheses squared minus 5. And I'm going to fill that with a negative x. So here I get negative 4x to the 7th over, now it's negative 4x to the 7th because negative x raised to the 7th power means multiply negative x by itself 7 times. Anyway, you're going to end up with a negative because a negative times a negative is a positive, times another negative is a negative, times another negative is a positive, times another negative is a negative, times another negative is a positive, times another negative is a negative. So you get negative 4x to the 7th, or 4 times negative x to the 7th, which gives you the negative 4x to the 7th. But here, negative x squared is going to just give you a positive x squared. So this turns into 3x squared minus 5. So now I look at this. Does this equal this? And the answer is it doesn't. This has a negative and this does not. So that means it is not even. Now I have to find negative f of x. To find that, I write negative 1 over 1 times 4x to the 7th over 3x squared minus 5. And that should have been a big parenthesis. So let me erase it and put in a bigger parenthesis here. Now I want to multiply by negative 1, so only the top is negative 1, the bottom is 1, that gives me negative 1. So when I multiply this on top, I have negative 1 times 4x to the 7th, which is negative 4x to the 7th. And I have on the bottom 1 times 2x squared minus 5, which is just 2x squared minus 5. So this right here is f of negative x. So now I'm going to compare this, not with the original, but with f of negative x. So f of negative x is equal to negative f of x. And that's what we said. If negative f of x is equal to f of negative x, then it is odd. So this means it's odd. Okay, number 2. The same thing, the same rules. So I'm going to find f of negative x. So that would be absolute value, and then in parentheses, negative x squared minus 16. Now when I multiply negative x times negative x, I get positive x squared minus 16. So this right here is f of negative x, and I'm going to compare it to the original. And right there, those are equal, so this means it's even. Now it's not necessary to check the odd at that point because we know it's even, not odd. Okay. Alright, and then the last one, we have f of negative x. So everywhere I see an x, I'm going to replace it with a negative x. So this is, when I raise negative x to the 5th power, I'm going to still get negative x to the 5th. Negative's not going to go away. And here I have negative x minus 3. So I'm going to look at that and compare it to this, and I see that they are not equal. So this is not even. Now I have to find negative f of x. Well, negative f of x is negative 1 over positive 1 times times x to the 5th over x minus 3. And when I multiply this through, I get negative x to the 5th on top, and on the bottom I have x minus 3. So now I'm going to compare these two. And are they equal? And they both have a negative x to the 5th on top, so it's looking good, but this has a negative x and a negative 3, while this only has a positive x and a negative 3, so this means they're not odd. So that means it's neither. Okay, so you need to have do the following practice problems. You need to show those practice problems to me, the answers to me or to Math Lab Lady, and there needs to be a form that you sign, or that a teacher signs saying that you did the retake. Okay? You did the practice problems before I'm going to let you do the retake. Alright? Determine whether the given function is even, odd, or neither. So this is you try number 1. And here's you try number 2. Here's 3. And that's it. Good luck.